Welcome to Wisdom Matrix 1111. Today, we'll explore the timeless wisdom of Marcus Aurelius through his core Stoic principles. These principles are designed to help you master your life with ease and grace. So, let's dive right in. Marcus Aurelius's 11 Stoic principles for mastering your life, curated and presented by Wisdom Matrix 1111. Principle 1. Control what you can. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the profound understanding that while many things happen around us, we only have control over a select few, namely our thoughts, actions, and responses. Everything else, from other people's behavior to external circumstances, lies beyond our control. This realization is incredibly liberating because it allows you to shift your energy from things you cannot influence to those you can. Imagine going through your daily life with this principle in mind. You encounter a rude stranger, face unexpected challenges at work, or deal with unpredictable events in your personal life. In each situation, the Stoic approach asks you to step back and ask yourself, what can I control here? The answer often lies within your internal world, how you choose to respond. Let's take this a step further. When you face adversity or conflict, emotions such as anger, frustration, or anxiety may arise naturally. These emotions are not under your control, but how you deal with them is. You can either let them dictate your actions, leading to regretful behavior, or you can pause, breathe, and choose a response that aligns with your values and desired outcomes. This conscious decision-making is the key to mastering your life. Control also applies to how you approach your goals and aspirations. You can't control the outcome of every effort, but you can control the effort itself. If you focus on putting in consistent, deliberate work toward your objectives, whether in your career, relationships, or personal growth, you are already succeeding. Stoicism teaches that real mastery lies in this consistent effort, not in the outcome itself. By investing your energy in what you can control, you free yourself from the anxiety of outcome-driven thinking. Another important aspect of this principle is its connection to emotional resilience. When you stop worrying about things beyond your control, you experience a powerful sense of peace. Stoicism encourages you to trust that you've done what you can and to let go of the rest. This mindset helps you remain calm in the face of uncertainty and stay grounded in the present. On a deeper level, the practice of controlling what you can fosters a profound sense of personal responsibility. It teaches you to take ownership of your life, knowing that you are responsible for your inner world, your thoughts, actions, and mindset, regardless of what happens around you. This is not about passively accepting whatever comes your way, but about actively shaping your life from within. By focusing on controlling what is truly within your power, you gain a sense of mastery over your life. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, but a conscious agent in your own journey. This principle empowers you to live with greater intention, making decisions based on reason and virtue, rather than reacting impulsively to the world around you. To fully embrace this principle, start practicing mindfulness in your daily life. Whenever you feel stress or tension rising, pause and ask yourself, what am I trying to control that is outside of my power? Then gently refocus your attention on what you can control, your thoughts, emotions, and actions. With time, this practice will become second nature, allowing you to approach life with a sense of calm confidence, no matter the external challenges you face. Principle 2. Grow in virtue. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, believed that true happiness and fulfillment come not from external achievements or possessions, but from cultivating virtues within oneself. To the Stoics, virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline are the bedrock of a meaningful life. These virtues are the qualities that shape your character, and unlike external circumstances, they are fully within your control. The idea of growing in virtue may seem abstract at first, but it's deeply practical when you apply it to daily life. Wisdom, for example, involves not only accumulating knowledge, but also learning to use that knowledge in a way that benefits both yourself and others. It is the ability to see things clearly without being swayed by emotions or biases. When faced with a difficult decision, wisdom helps you step back, consider the bigger picture, and choose a path that aligns with your values. Let's talk about courage, another vital Stoic virtue. Courage is often thought of in terms of grand, heroic actions, but in Stoicism, it's much more subtle and pervasive. Courage is the strength to face your fears, endure hardship, and stand up for what is right, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. It's the quiet bravery of choosing integrity over convenience, of continuing on your path despite obstacles, and of speaking the truth even when it's difficult. When you cultivate courage, you build resilience and the ability to face life's challenges with grace. Justice is another cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that justice means treating others with fairness, kindness, compassion, and respect. It's about recognizing our interconnectedness with other human beings and acting in a way that promotes the common good. This doesn't just mean following the law, but also acting with integrity in all of your relationships, whether with family, friends, co-workers, or strangers. Justice calls on you to live in alignment with your principles and to contribute to the well-being of others. Then there's self-discipline, a virtue that is particularly essential in today's world of constant distractions. Self-discipline is the ability to control your impulses and desires in favor of long-term goals and values. It's the practice of delaying gratification, staying focused on what matters, and maintaining balance in all aspects of life. Whether it's resisting the urge to indulge in unhealthy habits or committing to a regular practice of self-improvement, self-discipline is the engine that drives personal growth. By cultivating self-discipline, you become more resilient and better equipped to navigate life's ups and downs. The virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline are essential for life mastery, creating a life grounded in purpose and integrity. The Stoics teach that virtue is something you develop through consistent practice and reflection. It's not a destination, but a lifelong journey. Each day, you are presented with opportunities to practice virtue in both big and small ways. Marcus Aurelius believed that when you align your thoughts and actions with these virtues, you experience a profound sense of inner peace and fulfillment. This is because virtue connects you to something greater than yourself, a sense of purpose and meaning that transcends the fleeting pleasures of the external world. To cultivate virtue is to build a fortress of inner strength that cannot be shaken by the storms of life. When you live with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline, you become anchored in something that is timeless and unchanging, your character. And it is through this character that you master your life, whatever obstacles come your way. Next, Principle 3. Embrace the present moment. The idea of embracing the present moment is a central teaching of Stoicism, and Marcus Aurelius emphasized it frequently in his writings. Confine yourself to the present. This principle encourages you to live fully in the now, recognizing that the past is beyond your reach and the future is uncertain. The only moment you truly have is the present one, and it is in this moment that you have the power to act, grow, and experience life. For the Stoics, living in the present moment is not about ignoring the past or neglecting future responsibilities. Rather, it's about being fully aware of the present without being consumed by regret over the past or anxiety about the future. This requires a shift in focus from dwelling on what has been or what might be to embracing what is happening right now. One of the key reasons for this practice is that it helps you cultivate inner peace. Often suffering comes from dwelling on past mistakes, missed opportunities, or painful memories. You may find yourself replaying events in your mind, wishing they had turned out differently, or criticizing yourself for decisions you made. This kind of thinking traps you in a cycle of regret and prevents you from fully engaging with the present. But when you let go of the past and return your attention to the here and now, you free yourself from that mental burden. Similarly, worrying about the future can create unnecessary stress and anxiety. You might be preoccupied with what could go wrong, constantly planning for worst-case scenarios, or feeling overwhelmed by all the things you need to do. But when you focus too much on the future, you miss the richness of the present moment. You overlook the opportunities for joy, connection, and growth that are right in front of you. Embracing the present moment allows you to release the tension of trying to control the future and instead focus on what you can do right now. To truly embrace the present moment, it's essential to cultivate mindfulness, the practice of being fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. Mindfulness helps you break the habit of distraction and reconnect with the present. Whether you're enjoying a meal, having a conversation, working on a project, or simply sitting in nature, mindfulness invites you to fully engage with whatever you are doing. It's about savoring the richness of each moment, noticing the details, and appreciating the simple pleasures that life offers. It's also important to recognize that embracing the present moment means accepting it as it is, without resistance. Sometimes the present is not what you hoped it would be. Maybe you're dealing with a difficult situation, a painful emotion, or an unexpected setback. The Stoics teach that resisting the present moment only leads to suffering. Instead, they encourage you to meet whatever arises with openness and acceptance. This doesn't mean you have to like or approve of everything that happens, but it does mean that you stop fighting reality and instead work with it. Embracing the present moment allows you to live more fully and authentically. When you're present, you're more in tune with your own needs and desires. You're able to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and wisdom, rather than reacting out of habit or fear. You also deepen your relationships with others by being fully attentive and engaged in your interactions, rather than distracted by your own thoughts or concerns. Embracing the present moment also enhances your ability to find joy and gratitude in everyday life. To start embracing the present moment, you can practice mindfulness in your daily life. This can be as simple as taking a few deep breaths to ground yourself in the present, noticing the sensations in your body, or paying attention to the sights and sounds around you. You might also set aside time each day to engage in activities that help you connect with the present, such as meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature. Ultimately, embracing the present moment is about choosing to live fully rather than letting life pass you by while you're caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future. It's about making the most of each moment, recognizing that this moment is all you ever truly have. By practicing this principle, you bring more peace, clarity, and joy into your life, and you align yourself with the flow of life itself. Principle 4. Acceptance of fate, amor fati. The Stoic idea of amor fati, which translates to love of fate, is a radical but liberating approach to life. It encourages you to not just accept what happens to you, but to love it, to embrace all events, whether they seem favorable or unfavorable, as necessary parts of your journey. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about accepting fate and recognizing that everything happens for a reason, even if we don't fully understand it at the time. At the heart of this principle is the understanding that much of life is beyond your control. External events, whether they involve other people, the unfolding of nature, or random occurrences, are part of the flow of life that you cannot stop or manipulate. Attempting to control them only leads to frustration, anxiety, and suffering. The Stoic practice of accepting fate is about shifting your mindset. Rather than resisting the things you can't change, you embrace them as opportunities for growth and learning. Acceptance does not mean passivity or resignation. It's important to understand that the Stoics didn't advocate for giving up in the face of hardship. Instead, they encourage taking action where it is possible and wise, while fully embracing the outcomes that lie beyond your control. For example, you might work hard to achieve a specific goal, but if circumstances prevent you from reaching it, Stoicism teaches that you should accept the result without bitterness or regret. This attitude frees you from the emotional turmoil that comes from constantly battling against reality. To practice acceptance of fate, you start by acknowledging that life is unpredictable and often beyond your control. Whether it's a career setback, a relationship ending, or an unforeseen health issue, these events can be difficult and disheartening. But by accepting them as part of your path, you shift your perspective from resistance to resilience. This doesn't mean you have to enjoy every hardship, but it does mean that you view each challenge as a natural and necessary part of your personal development. Consider Marcus Aurelius's own life. As the Emperor of Rome, he faced immense pressures, wars, political intrigue, personal loss, and illness. Yet, through it all, he practiced amor fati, reminding himself that everything that happened was part of the natural order. He chose to meet these challenges with dignity and composure, seeing them not as obstacles, but as opportunities to strengthen his character. By accepting his fate, Marcus Aurelius was able to remain calm and composed, even in the face of overwhelming adversity. Acceptance of fate also involves releasing the need for things to always go your way. Often, suffering arises from the gap between our expectations and reality. We expect life to unfold in a particular manner, and when it doesn't, we feel disappointed, frustrated, or angry. But if you approach life with the understanding that it will not always conform to your desires, you release the burden of those expectations. You begin to flow with life rather than against it. This mindset brings with it a profound sense of peace. Another key aspect of amor fati is learning to see the hidden blessings in adversity. Sometimes the events that seem most challenging are the ones that ultimately lead to the greatest growth. Adversity forces you to tap into your inner strength, to develop resilience, and to become more resourceful. When you view hardships as stepping stones to a stronger version of yourself, you transform them into powerful allies in your journey. In this way, you begin to love your fate, not because it's always easy, but because it's always necessary for your evolution. It's also worth noting that amor fati encourages gratitude for every experience, not just the pleasant ones. It invites you to cultivate a mindset of appreciation for the entire spectrum of life, the joys, the sorrows, the triumphs, and the challenges. Everything that happens contributes to the tapestry of your life and shapes who you are. On a practical level, you can start practicing amor fati by focusing on how you respond to the events in your life. When something unexpected or difficult happens, rather than reacting with frustration or despair, pause and remind yourself, this is part of my path. Reflect on what you can learn from the situation and how it might help you grow. Over time, this practice will help you cultivate a deeper sense of acceptance and resilience. By choosing to accept and even love your fate, you transcend the chaos of the external world and find peace in the knowledge that everything is as it should be. This mindset not only helps you navigate life's challenges with grace, but also allows you to experience a deeper sense of harmony and fulfillment. Principle 5. Simplicity and moderation. In a world that often glorifies excess and indulgence, the Stoic principle of simplicity and moderation offers a refreshing counterbalance. Marcus Aurelius, along with other Stoic philosophers, believed that true contentment and inner peace are found not in the pursuit of material wealth or external pleasures, but in living a life of simplicity and moderation. This principle encourages you to strip away the unnecessary, focus on what truly matters, and cultivate a life that is rich in meaning rather than possessions. Simplicity is about recognizing that happiness and fulfillment do not come from accumulating more things, but from appreciating what you already have. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that many of the things we desire are distractions that pull us away from what is truly important. By simplifying your life, you create space for what really matters, your relationships, your inner growth, and your contribution to the greater good. This principle invites you to evaluate your life and identify areas where you may be overcomplicating things or chasing after things that do not bring lasting satisfaction. It's about decluttering not just your physical environment, but also your mind and your life. If you let go of unnecessary possessions, distractions, and even negative thoughts, you will be able to focus on what brings you true joy and fulfillment. Living simply does not mean living in deprivation or rejecting all forms of comfort. Instead, it's about finding a balance between enjoying life's pleasures and not becoming attached to them. The Stoics believed that while it's natural to enjoy comfort and pleasure, these things should not control you. By practicing moderation, you ensure that you remain in control of your desires and are not driven by them. Moderation is closely tied to the concept of temperance, one of the 4 cardinal virtues in Stoic philosophy. Temperance involves exercising self-control and restraint, especially in the face of temptation or excess. It's about making deliberate choices that align with your values and long-term goals, rather than being swayed by momentary desires. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of moderation in his meditations, reminding himself that excessive indulgence in pleasure can lead to dependence and dissatisfaction. He recognized that by practicing moderation, he could maintain his freedom and autonomy, avoiding the trap of becoming enslaved to his desires. This principle teaches that true freedom comes not from doing whatever you want, but from having the self-discipline to choose what is best for your overall well-being. One way to practice simplicity and moderation is by being mindful of your consumption. This applies not only to material goods, but also to the information you consume, the activities you engage in, and the relationships you maintain. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information, possessions, and commitments. This principle also encourages you to appreciate the simple pleasures in life, those that are often overlooked in the pursuit of more. The beauty of nature, the joy of a deep conversation, the satisfaction of a job well done, these are the things that bring lasting happiness. By cultivating an appreciation for simplicity, you find contentment in the present moment and avoid the constant craving for more. Living a life of simplicity and moderation also has a positive impact on your relationships. When you are not preoccupied with material possessions or superficial status, you can invest more time and energy in building meaningful connections with others. You can be more present, more generous, and more compassionate, qualities that strengthen your relationships and contribute to a more fulfilling life. Simplicity and moderation also extend to how you manage your time and energy. The Stoics believed in the importance of using your time wisely, focusing on activities that align with your values and contribute to your growth. This principle encourages you to live with intention, making conscious choices about how you spend your time and energy. Incorporating simplicity and moderation into your life is a gradual process. It begins with small, intentional changes. Decluttering your home, simplifying your schedule, being mindful of your consumption. Over time, these practices can transform your life, bringing greater clarity, peace, and fulfillment. When you embrace simplicity and moderation, you create a life that aligns with your deepest values and remains free from the distractions of excess. Ultimately, The principle of simplicity and moderation is about living in a way that honors your true self, recognizing that the things that bring the most joy and meaning are often the simplest and most authentic. Next, Principle 6. Practice self-reflection. Self-reflection is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and a practice that Marcus Aurelius emphasized throughout his writings. It is the process of turning inward to examine your thoughts, actions, and emotions, with the goal of gaining deeper self-awareness and cultivating personal growth. By regularly engaging in self-reflection, you create a habit of introspection that allows you to align your life more closely with your values and principles. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on his own behavior, questioning whether he was living according to the Stoic virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. He used self-reflection as a tool to evaluate his actions, identify areas for improvement, and reinforce his commitment to living a virtuous life. This practice of self-examination was not just a mental exercise, but a daily discipline that guided him in making decisions and responding to challenges. The practice of self-reflection involves setting aside time to honestly assess your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions. It's about asking yourself important questions. Are you living in alignment with your values? Are your actions consistent with your goals and principles? How do you respond to adversity, and what can you learn from your experiences? By engaging in this kind of introspection, you gain insight into your own mind and behavior, which is essential for personal growth and development. Self-reflection can take many forms, and the method you choose will depend on what resonates with you. Some people find journaling to be an effective way to reflect on their thoughts and experiences. Writing down your reflections helps clarify your thoughts and allows you to track your progress over time. It's a way to capture your internal dialogue and make sense of your emotions and reactions. Journaling also provides a record that you can revisit to see how you've grown and changed. Another method of self-reflection is meditation. Meditation encourages you to observe your thoughts without judgment, helping you become more aware of your mental patterns and emotional responses. Through meditation, you can gain greater clarity about your motivations and desires, and you can develop the ability to respond to situations with greater calm and presence. Meditation also strengthens your ability to focus and be mindful, both of which are crucial for effective self-reflection. Self-reflection also involves taking responsibility for your actions. The Stoics believed that personal accountability is key to living a virtuous life. When you reflect on your behavior, you have the opportunity to recognize where you may have fallen short of your ideals and to make amends. This practice of accountability is not about self-criticism or guilt, but about learning from your mistakes and striving to do better in the future. It's about acknowledging your imperfections while also recognizing your capacity for improvement. Practicing self-reflection helps you become more aware of your strengths and weaknesses, allowing you to make more conscious choices and avoid repeating past mistakes. It also fosters a sense of humility, as you recognize that you are a work in progress and that there is always room for growth. By regularly examining your life, you stay aligned with your values and maintain a clear sense of purpose. Self-reflection also plays a critical role in emotional regulation. When you take the time to reflect on your emotions, you gain a better understanding of what triggers them and how they influence your behavior. This awareness allows you to manage your emotions more effectively, rather than being controlled by them. For example, if you notice that you tend to react with anger in certain situations, self-reflection can help you identify the underlying causes of that anger and develop strategies for responding more calmly in the future. Self-reflection also deepens your sense of self-knowledge, which is essential for living an authentic life. When you understand yourself, your values, motivations, and desires, you can make choices that are true to who you are. This self-awareness allows you to live with greater integrity, as your actions align more closely with your inner beliefs. It also empowers you to set meaningful goals and pursue them with confidence, knowing that they reflect your true self. Incorporating self-reflection into your life requires discipline and consistency. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of daily life and neglect this important practice. However, by making self-reflection a regular habit, you create a space for introspection and personal growth. Whether it's through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a few minutes each day to pause and reflect, this practice will help you stay grounded, focused, and aligned with your highest values. Ultimately, when you regularly reflect on your life, you cultivate wisdom, self-discipline, and a deeper sense of purpose, which are essential elements for mastering your life. Principle 7. Embrace adversity as a teacher. In the philosophy of Stoicism, adversity is not something to be feared or avoided, but embraced as a powerful teacher. Marcus Aurelius, like other Stoic philosophers, understood that challenges and difficulties are inevitable in life, but they also present invaluable opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. Adopting the mindset that adversity is a teacher allows you to transform obstacles into stepping stones toward wisdom and resilience. The Stoics believed that the true measure of a person is not how they act when everything is going well, but how they respond in the face of adversity. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of fortitude and inner strength when confronted with difficulties. He reminded himself that every obstacle, every setback, and every hardship is an opportunity to practice virtue and to cultivate inner qualities such as courage, patience, and perseverance. Embracing adversity as a teacher begins with changing your perspective on challenges. Instead of seeing difficulties as unfair or insurmountable, view them as opportunities to develop your character and grow stronger. This shift in mindset allows you to approach life's inevitable challenges with a sense of purpose and determination, rather than fear or despair. When you see adversity as a teacher, you become more resilient, adaptable, and capable of handling whatever life throws your way. When you face adversity, you have a choice. You can either let it overwhelm you, or you can use it as an opportunity to grow. By choosing the latter, you take control of your own development and turn challenges into valuable lessons. The Stoics also believed that adversity can help you develop empathy and compassion for others. When you experience hardship, you gain a greater understanding of the struggles that others go through. This awareness can make you more empathetic, compassionate, and willing to help those who are facing their own difficulties. By embracing adversity as a teacher, you not only grow personally, but also become a source of support and inspiration for others. One of the most powerful lessons that adversity teaches is the importance of perseverance. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that persistence in the face of obstacles is a key virtue. Adversity tests your determination and commitment to your goals. It challenges you to keep going, even when the path is difficult, and it rewards you with the satisfaction of knowing that you did not give up. The experience of overcoming challenges strengthens your resolve and builds your confidence in your ability to handle future difficulties. Adversity also teaches you to let go of attachment to outcomes. The Stoics believed that while you should do your best in any situation, you should not be overly attached to the results. This detachment from outcomes allows you to maintain your inner peace and equanimity, even when things do not go as planned. When you face adversity, it's an opportunity to practice this detachment and to focus on the process rather than the outcome. By doing so, you can remain centered and composed, regardless of the external circumstances. In addition, adversity can teach you to be more adaptable and flexible. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and those who are rigid in their thinking and actions often struggle to cope. The Stoics understood the importance of being adaptable, of bending rather than breaking when faced with challenges. Adversity forces you to find new ways of thinking and acting, to adjust your plans, and to innovate in the face of obstacles. This flexibility not only helps you overcome the immediate challenge, but also prepares you for future uncertainties. The Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, can also be a valuable tool in embracing adversity. This practice involves mentally rehearsing potential challenges or setbacks before they occur. By doing so, you prepare yourself emotionally and mentally for adversity, reducing its impact when it does arise. This Stoic exercise helps you to build resilience and to face difficulties with a calm and prepared mind. Finally, embracing adversity as a teacher helps you to develop a deeper sense of gratitude. When you learn to see challenges as opportunities for growth, you begin to appreciate them for the lessons they offer. This gratitude extends not only to the good times, but also to the tough times, as you recognize that both are essential to your development. To live according to this principle, start by reframing your perception of challenges. Whenever you face a difficult situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience help me grow? By consistently applying this mindset, you turn every adversity into an opportunity for growth, transformation, and mastery. Principle 8. Be authentic. In the vast expanse of Stoic philosophy, the principle of being authentic stands as a beacon of truth and integrity. Marcus Aurelius, along with other Stoic thinkers, emphasized the importance of living in alignment with one's true self, free from the distortions of external opinions and societal pressures. Being authentic means embracing who you truly are, cultivating your character, and living in accordance with your values, regardless of external validation or criticism. At its core, authenticity is about living honestly with yourself and others. It requires a deep understanding of your principles, values, and beliefs, and the courage to express them in your actions and decisions. For the Stoics, this meant aligning one's life with reason and virtue, as these were seen as the highest expressions of one's true self. The authentic person does not seek to impress others or conform to societal expectations. Instead, they strive to be true to their own nature, to live with authenticity. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the idea of inner versus outer life. He believed that the opinions of others, though often noisy and pervasive, are ultimately irrelevant to one's true purpose. The Stoic view is that external validation is fleeting and unreliable, whereas conscience and character are enduring and unshakable. Therefore, the journey to authenticity involves turning inward, focusing on developing your character and living according to your own moral compass. This principle also teaches that true happiness and fulfillment come from within, not from the approval or recognition of others. When you are authentic, you are not swayed by the judgments of others or the shifting tides of public opinion. Instead, you are anchored in your own values and principles, finding peace in knowing that you are living a life that is true to who you are. This inner harmony is the hallmark of the authentic self. Being authentic also involves accepting yourself fully, both your strengths and your flaws. The Stoics encouraged self-reflection and self-awareness as tools for personal growth. By understanding and embracing all aspects of yourself, you become more resilient and less vulnerable to the opinions of others. Authenticity is not about perfection. It's about being honest with yourself, acknowledging your imperfections, and striving to improve without losing sight of who you are. In today's world, where social media and societal expectations can often pressure individuals to present a curated version of themselves, the Stoic principle of authenticity is more relevant than ever. It challenges you to resist the urge to conform or to put on a facade for the sake of acceptance. Instead, It encourages you to live boldly and truthfully, embracing who you are without apology or pretense. Authenticity is about rejecting superficiality and embracing the depth and richness of your true self. The Stoics also believed that authenticity fosters genuine connections with others. When you are authentic, you attract relationships that are based on mutual respect and understanding rather than on superficial appearances or false pretenses. These relationships are deeper and more meaningful because they are rooted in truth and sincerity. By being authentic, you not only honor yourself, but also create a space for others to do the same. Finally, being authentic is a form of freedom. It liberates you from the need for external approval and from the fear of judgment. When you live authentically, you are free to be who you are, to express your true self, and to pursue your own path in life. This freedom is a key principle in Stoic philosophy, as it allows you to live in accordance with nature, fulfilling your unique role in the world. In essence, the principle of being authentic is about embracing your true self, living with integrity, and aligning your life with your core values. It is a call to reject pretense and to live boldly and truthfully, knowing that true fulfillment comes not from external validation, but from being true to who you are. By embodying this principle, you master your life with grace, grounded in the unshakable foundation of your own authenticity. Moving on to Principle 9, understand the nature of the universe. The Stoic principle of understanding the nature of the universe is deeply rooted in the belief that the universe operates according to its own natural laws, and everything that happens is part of a greater cosmic order. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on this idea in his meditations, urging himself to accept that the universe is governed by a rational divine order, which Stoics referred to as the Logos. By understanding and aligning yourself with this order, you can live a more harmonious and fulfilling life. The concept of Logos in Stoicism represents the rational structure that underpins the universe. It's the idea that everything happens for a reason, even if that reason isn't immediately apparent to us. The Stoics believed that by understanding this cosmic order, you can better navigate the challenges of life with a sense of peace and acceptance. Rather than fighting against the natural flow of events, you learn to move with it, trusting that there is a higher purpose behind everything that occurs. Understanding the nature of the universe requires a shift in perspective. It invites you to see your life as part of a much larger whole, where every event and circumstance is interconnected and serves a purpose within the grand scheme of things. This doesn't mean that you passively accept everything that happens without taking action, but rather that you approach life with a sense of trust and openness, knowing that you are part of something greater than yourself. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that human life is but a small part of the vast universe, and that many of the things we worry about are insignificant in the grand scheme of things. When you understand that everything is part of the natural order, you become less attached to outcomes and more accepting of whatever comes your way. Understanding the nature of the universe involves recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. The Stoics believed that everything in the universe is connected and that each individual is a part of the whole. This perspective fosters a sense of humility and interconnectedness as you realize that your actions have an impact on others and on the world around you. By understanding your place within the larger cosmos, you are reminded of your responsibility to live in harmony with others and with nature. Understanding the nature of the universe also leads to a sense of equanimity in the face of adversity. When you accept that everything happens according to the natural order, you are better able to maintain your composure in difficult situations. Rather than being overwhelmed by fear, anger, or despair, you can approach challenges with a calm and steady mind, knowing that they are part of the larger plan. This perspective allows you to respond to life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. Moreover, this principle invites you to adopt a mindset of gratitude. When you understand that everything in the universe is interconnected and that every experience serves a purpose, you begin to appreciate even the challenges and setbacks in your life. You recognize that these experiences are opportunities for growth and learning, and you become grateful for the lessons they bring. Gratitude becomes a natural response to life when you see the bigger picture and understand the role that each event plays in your journey. To live in accordance with this principle, you can cultivate a practice of reflection and contemplation. Spend time each day contemplating the nature of the universe and your place within it. Reflect on the interconnectedness of all things and the natural order that governs the world. Consider the importance of living in harmony with the cosmos. By integrating these reflections into your daily life, you develop a deeper sense of acceptance, purpose, and peace. Grasping the nature of the universe involves adopting a Stoic perspective. It's about understanding that you are a part of a greater whole, where every event contributes to a larger plan. Aligning with this natural order allows you to live with enhanced wisdom, calmness, and contentment. This principle invites you to look past the surface and engage with the deeper truths of existence, which is essential for life mastery. Principle 10. Mindfulness of death, memento mori. Memento mori, remember that you must die, is a powerful Stoic practice that encourages you to keep the reality of death at the forefront of your mind. This principle inspires you to live more fully, authentically, and with greater urgency. The awareness of mortality is not meant to induce fear or anxiety. Rather, it serves as a profound motivator for living a life that truly matters. Marcus Aurelius, alongside other Stoics, believed that by regularly contemplating death, you could free yourself from trivial concerns and distractions, thereby gaining clarity about what is truly important. This mindfulness of death encourages you to strip away the superficial and focus on the essence of life, your character, your actions, and the impact you leave behind. By remembering that your time is limited, you are prompted to live with greater intention and to make choices that align with your deepest values. Every moment becomes precious, every decision more deliberate. Instead of putting off what matters most, whether it's spending time with loved ones, pursuing your passions, or contributing to the greater good, you are inspired to act now, without delay. Memento mori also challenges you to consider your legacy. What will you leave behind when you are gone? How will you be remembered? The Stoics believed that the best way to ensure a positive legacy is to live a life of virtue, integrity, and service to others. By being mindful of your mortality, you focus on creating a legacy that reflects your highest ideals, rather than being swayed by fleeting desires or societal pressures. This principle also offers a unique perspective on fear, particularly the fear of death itself. The Stoics taught that death is a natural part of life, not something to be feared. Instead of being paralyzed by the thought of mortality, you can use it as a catalyst to live courageously, embracing life's opportunities without hesitation. Mindfulness of death also deepens your relationships. When you recognize that both your life and the lives of those around you are finite, you may find yourself more present, more loving, and more appreciative of the time you share with others. This awareness can lead to more meaningful connections and a greater willingness to forgive, knowing that life is too short to harbor grudges or waste time on petty disagreements. Furthermore, memento mori encourages you to practice gratitude daily. When you are aware of the limited time you have, you begin to appreciate the simple moments and the small joys that often go unnoticed. Whether it's a beautiful sunset, a kind word, or a quiet moment of reflection, each experience becomes more vivid and valuable when viewed through the lens of mortality. The Stoic practice of memento mori is also a call to simplicity. Recognizing that death is inevitable can help you let go of the unnecessary clutter in your life, whether it's material possessions, unhealthy relationships, or unproductive habits. This simplification of life allows you to focus on what truly matters, leading to a more peaceful and centered existence. By regularly contemplating death, you also cultivate resilience. Knowing that death is a natural part of life, you can approach life's challenges with a sense of calm and acceptance. This resilience is not about being indifferent to loss or hardship, but about understanding that these experiences are part of the human condition. This perspective enables you to face difficulties with greater strength and composure. Ultimately, memento mori is a practice that reminds you to live fully in the present, to make the most of each day, and to prioritize what truly matters. It's a call to live with purpose, to love deeply, and to contribute meaningfully to the world around you. By keeping the reality of death in mind, you are inspired to master your life beautifully and live a life that is rich in meaning, joy, and fulfillment. Finally, Principle 11. Enhancing collective impact through contribution. In the Stoic worldview, life is not lived in isolation. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most profound Stoic thinkers, emphasized the interconnectedness of all human beings, urging us to contribute to the welfare of others, and in doing so, to enhance the collective impact of our actions. This principle, enhancing collective impact through contribution, invites you to see yourself as a part of a larger whole, where your actions ripple out to affect the lives of those around you, and by extension, the entire world. At the heart of this principle is the belief that every individual has a unique role to play in society, and that fulfilling this role with intention and purpose can lead to a profound positive impact on the collective. The Stoics understood that while our time on earth is limited, the contributions we make to the greater good can have lasting effects far beyond our own lifetimes. By focusing on how your actions can benefit others, you not only improve their lives, but also create a legacy of positive influence. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of contributing to the common good. He believed that each person's efforts, no matter how small, contribute to the fabric of society. When you align your actions with the goal of enhancing collective impact, you are living in accordance with the Stoic ideal of virtue, which is the highest good. This principle encourages you to move beyond self-interest and consider how your talents, time, and resources can be used to support and uplift others. Contribution in the Stoic sense is not about grand gestures or public recognition. Rather, it's about consistent, meaningful actions that reflect your values and virtues. Whether it's through small acts of kindness, mentoring, sharing knowledge, or simply being there for others in times of need, your contributions matter. The Stoics believed that living a life of purpose involves recognizing the value of your contributions and understanding how they fit into the broader context of human society. Moreover, Stoicism teaches that true happiness is found in living a life of purpose and meaning, which often comes from contributing to something greater than yourself. When you focus on enhancing the collective impact, you shift your perspective from self-centered concerns to a broader, more inclusive view of life. This shift not only benefits others, but also enriches your own life, as it brings a deeper sense of fulfillment and connection. The principle of enhancing collective impact through contribution also challenges you to think about the legacy you are creating. The Stoics believed that while we cannot control how long we live, we can control how we live and the impact we leave behind. By contributing to the well-being of others, you are creating a legacy of virtue and compassion, one that will continue to inspire and uplift future generations. Additionally, this principle encourages collaboration and the recognition that collective efforts are often more powerful than individual actions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is not good for the swarm is not good for the bee," highlighting the importance of considering the broader implications of your actions. When you contribute to the collective good, you are not only enhancing your own life, but also strengthening the bonds of community and cooperation. In today's interconnected world, the principle of enhancing collective impact through contribution is more relevant than ever. Whether it's through your work, relationships, or community involvement, there are countless ways to contribute to the collective well-being. By focusing on how you can make a positive impact, you become a force for good, helping to create a world that is more just, compassionate, and aligned with the principles of Stoic virtue. Ultimately, enhancing collective impact through contribution is about recognizing the power of your actions and the importance of using that power to benefit others. It's a call to live a life of purpose, grounded in the Stoic values of wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. By contributing to the greater good, you not only fulfill your own potential, but also help to create a better world for all. As we journey through these 11 Stoic principles of Marcus Aurelius for mastering your life, we uncover a path toward mastering not just our daily challenges, but our very existence. These 11 principles serve as a powerful compass, pointing us toward a life of purpose, resilience, and inner peace. By embracing the timeless wisdom of the Stoics, you begin to see life through a new lens, one that encourages you to focus on what you can control, cultivate your virtues, accept the flow of fate, and live fully in the present moment. You learn to reflect deeply, understand the natural order of the universe, and simplify your life to find true contentment. You start to view adversity as a teacher, become your most authentic self, and live with a profound awareness of life's impermanence. And finally, by contributing to the greater good, you enhance not only your own life, but the lives of those around you, leaving a legacy of wisdom, compassion, and collective impact. So take these principles to heart, let them guide your actions, and watch as they transform your life and the world around you. Remember, mastery begins within, and with each step you take on this path, you are moving closer to living the life you were truly meant to live. Thank you for tuning in to Wisdom Matrix 1111. If you found this journey inspiring, please help support the channel by liking the video and hitting the subscribe button. Until next time, stay true to yourself and continue on your journey to master your life. Peace.